at the end of the day, it's not going to be the amount of days in your life, but the life in your days. How do you want to be remembered? When it's all said and done, what is the message that you want to be written on your tombstone? What is the seed you have in your hand? What is that seed you carry with you? Don't worry about my seed. What is your own seed you carry in your hand? Because in that seed you carry lies a tree, and that tree lies multiple fruits, and those fruits have seeds, and those seeds will multiply the trees, and those trees will multiply the trees. In May of 1964, President JFK Kennedy put together a team of the top scientists in America. The smartest guys ever, been to Harvard, been to all the different schools you can imagine. And he asked them for one thing. He said, by the end of the decade, I just came from the Senate, and I promised the people that Americans are going to land a rocket on the moon and bring the rocket back home safely with all its occupants so they could have dinner with their family. I have made that commitment to the people, and I need you guys to help me. What is it going to take for that to come to fruition? And he looked around the room, about 50 of the top scientists in the world, and the lead scientist thought for a few minutes, and he told him, Mr. President, the will to win. He didn't talk about fuselages. He didn't talk about the science behind how to get a rocket to the moon. He didn't talk about what it would take engineering-wise. He talked about the human will to win. And now you'll be asking yourself, how is that relevant to the book launch today? In fact, this is probably one of the most touching days of my life and my career as a speaker. I've spoken on multiple stages in my life to thousands of people, but this one really hits home because I can tell you for a fact, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter what location geographically and physically you are. As long as you were born in Cameroon, your heart still finds a place in that land. And so when we see initiatives like this coming together to build partnerships for the construction and advancement of our great nation, it is a very humbling experience for me. I want you to think about an apple. In the apple are multiple seeds inside. And in each of those seeds is an apple tree. And in those trees are multiple apples. And in those apples are seeds. And the seeds have trees. And the trees have apples. And it goes on and on. What I want to talk to you today in the few minutes I have is the importance to not die with your music in you. To maximize your potential as an individual and as a human being that is existing in any part of the world you are, but most importantly, in our great nation of Cameroon. You know, one of the beauty of the times we live in today is that there is no longer geographical boundaries anymore, because the internet has made life a lot more accessible and easier for people to connect. The one question that is still lagging, the one question that you must answer as an individual, as somebody who is geared towards liberating and fighting to build the nation we have, which we are blessed with, is, do you have the will to win? And when I talk about the will is certainly, number one, being able to identify what skill and knowledge you bring to the table. What is it you can offer? Not what is it you lack. You know, there is something that amazed me the first time I read this about the bumblebee. By the very nature of the body of the bumblebee, it defies aerodynamics that it can be flying. But the blessing the bumblebee has is that it doesn't have a brain or a mind. So it doesn't process like human beings. It doesn't know that it can't fly. So it flaps its wings and it flies. When I think about all the great nations in the world today, the people who built those nations are people like you who decided that they wanted to do something in their individual contributions to build that nation. I know today you've had a bunch of different speakers come speak to you. People from different walks of life with different great experiences, and some more will still be coming through. But when I look across even the speaker lineup, from my friend and brother Franco, who is serving us today diligently as an MC, he found the will to win. He decided that he was going to go out of the way and work with the gift he has been given by God. Develop that gift, develop that knowledge. And today he owns one of the biggest real estate brokerages both in Cameroon and everywhere around the world. It didn't take any kind of sophisticated education. It doesn't take multiplicities of degrees. It takes the will to win. I want to ask each and every one of you, I want you to look deep into your hearts. What is it that you can bring to the marketplace? Don't worry about what you don't have. Worry about what you already have and start working with what you have. Because all the great things in this life will never be generated by people who focus on what they lack, but by people who accelerate what they already have. You might be sitting there listening to me, maybe from Mundankwe, maybe from Yaoundé, from Douala, from Garoua, wherever you are in the world listening to me today. I want you to take a personal responsibility to ask yourself, what am I going to contribute to nation building? And I say this in all humility. I am 47 years old today. I've spent about one third of my life living out of Cameroon and 2/3 of my life in the beautiful country of Cameroon. I visit Cameroon at least 4 times a year. I'm conversant with everything happening. I know that is where my heart, my destiny, my future, my relevance, everything about my being is. I know the respect we deserve for our country will only come from you and me making a decision to contribute with our gifts. Today, I'm contributing to you with the gift I have, which is the gift of communication, which is the gift of struggling to unlock your mind so that way you can identify your purpose, believe in yourself, and come together under the umbrella Reverend Fu has provided to build a nation as great as our country. Hey guys, just a brief break from regular programming. You see, most human beings, if you really go deep into their heart's desire, they want 3 things. They want to live a life of growth and development in order to be relevant. They want to be able to build wealth and also leave behind a legacy that will last for perpetuity. In my Guarantee Your Legacy program, which is a custom designed program, I answer these 3 questions and more for you. I have limited availability on that program. It's an 8 weeks program whereby we meet once a week one-on-one with me. In addition to that, I'll walk through the different critical things that you need to be able to grow as a person, to be able to become relevant, to be able to impact people in order to create a legacy. And in doing that, you can also build wealth. If you already have it, I can teach you how to protect it, preserve it, so that way it lasts for perpetuity. Don't hesitate. If you would like to learn more about that program, click on the link down in the description section of this video, and I sure will see you on the inside. Let's go back to the regular programming. You might be sitting here, your gift is just even in repairing shoes. You know what? With a little improvement on that gift, you'll be making shoes. And today with the internet, you can put it on your website in Cameroon and somebody is going to order it from China. Why do you think we order all these things from different parts of the world and our own? I know a gentleman in Douala, he does sand art. I can't remember his name. I remember the first time I met that young man right around the Carrefour there at Bonapriso. Incredible artwork. He can do anybody's image on sand. And today, I see him putting it on Facebook and different platforms, and the volume of interest, orders, and demand is incredible. He cannot even meet up with that. But he is sitting right there in Douala. So what is important for us to understand is the power of information. Today, there is a reason why each and every one of us is online today. Not to talk to you, but to partner with you so we can build a nation worth its name. I truly believe that the most blessed nation on earth is Cameroon. I have traveled the breadth and length of Cameroon at least 5 times. Every city, every division, every subdivision, every capital city, I have been there at least 5 times. I lived and worked in Cameroon in recent times for 3 years. I traveled everywhere. There is no country in the world as beautiful, as gifted, as blessed as Cameroon. Recently, I saw what was trending on the internet. Vinicius His lineage comes from Cameroon. I wasn't surprised. I see my brother was there smiling. He probably wasn't surprised too, because he had identified, like most of you on the call today, that there is something special, there is something unique, there is something great about Cameroonians and their DNA. And let us understand one thing. Let us understand very important thing, that at the end of the day, it's not going to be about the amount of days in your life, but the life in your days. How do you want to be remembered? When it's all said and done, what is the message that you want to be written on your tombstone? I sat here and I was listening to my brother speaking. This guy, CY, old Pancho, you know, the first time I ever saw him on the internet, I've never met him in person, but the first time I ever saw him on the internet speaking, the conviction with which he spoke about Cameroon, the righteous anger in which he fought for the nation of Cameroon, the passion with which he came after fighting to educate us, to teach us why we must value our own. And I fell in love with him. I said, listen, that is what it will take for us to build our nation to the top of where it's supposed to be. Everything we need, we have it in that nation. In DNA, in intelligence, the only thing we need to muster, number one, is the will to win. So as you're listening to me today, I want to ask you, what is the seed you have in your hand? What is that seed you carry with you? Don't worry about my seed. Don't worry about Franco's seed. Don't worry about Reverend Roland's fruit seed. Don't worry about Mr. Bongwa's seed. Don't worry about Wax Day's seed. Nobody else's seed. What is your own seed you carry in your hand? Because in that seed you carry lies a tree. And that tree lies multiple fruits. And those fruits have seeds. And those seeds will multiply the trees. And those trees will multiply the fruit. And when we think about our own lives right now, we should be planting trees under whose shade we intentionally want to make sure we are not going to sit. So that way, 400 years from today, everybody else in the world will be proud to be sitting and talking about Cameroon. But it starts with you, it starts with you, it starts with me, it starts with us, and it starts with the Cameroon dream. God bless you all, and God bless our great nation of Cameroon.